What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning PHP. My name is QD Yazdani and you guys watching my channel Kroywood. Okay, so we have done our profile page and we are here at we're gonna put our photo here and we're gonna upload our wallpaper here and another picture here. We're gonna upload our photo here. So now we're gonna put some sort of in this video I'm gonna introduce you guys to the input types, the forms, what sort of forms we have. And before doing that, we gonna put some sort of timeline here, our dummy variable, because the social medias all have a timeline. So where it says that you guys, Joe Biden, hi, I'm Joe Biden, which is in column medium column 6, and you can look here. That's I'm referring to here, and underneath this one we're gonna put some sort of just a basic timeline, and you guys gonna put a HR, which is gonna be the line, and this line is gonna come here. So there is a line here. Okay, so underneath we're gonna have some sort of panel default. So you guys already know the panel default, and our panels have a panel body, which is going to be the text, and panel footer. So we gotta put a div and we put a class panel, and it's going to be panel body, and the panel body is gonna say P, and it's gonna represent test. Hi, this is Joe Biden's first post. So this is Joe Biden's first post, and we're gonna come underneath and we're gonna put a panel footer div class panel, and we put a footer at the front, and our panel footer's got a span. We have a 2 span, and you guys can put another span next to this one, so because we want to put it side by side. And this span's got the first one's gonna date, so we're gonna let user know when Joe Biden's put this text. So he posted, we put a posted on 20, so we put a 20/02/2022. Okay, for example. Alright, so, and keep in mind that's just dummy date. It's got nothing to do with the recording time or anything. So yeah, it's 21 at the moment, so 16, so it's 20, so it's 5 days earlier. And you can put a say time 1700:01 by, you can put a Joe Biden. So this is the first bit, and the second bit's gonna be, it's gonna be button. So you guys can put it down as well if you want. So it's gonna be button next to this post that Joe Biden's can class. Joe Biden's can delete it. So we put a pull right because we want our form to be on the our buttons going to be on the pull right. So we want to put a anchor text, and we don't put anything here at the moment. We put a class. It's going to be btn danger, and it's going to be btn danger, and we put a btn sm because we want a small button, and outside it's going to be delete. Okay, so we're going to have a look how it looks, and this underneath it says that delete. Alright, so it's done. Now we're gonna come here. Now we're gonna come underneath, and I'm going to introduce you guys some of the forms that we're gonna put it here underneath. So this guy is gonna be panel default, panel default. And while we're here, if you guys look in here, we have a media, then we have this one, then we go underneath. Now we're gonna put say forms. I'm gonna show you guys the different types of forms. forms. So we have instead of putting something in timeline, we're gonna put explore some sort of the forms. So we're gonna do the forms here, and we're gonna do the forms. It means that our forms ending, and we do div class, and now we do cart, and we put a div class. Okay, class cart header. Okay, so the div class cart header, you guys can put a h1 cart header, doesn't matter. And if we put a div class cart body, we put a body, and we put a div class cart footer. Okay, why I'm doing this? Because we want to put a lot of forms here. Where is that? So I want to go on a profile, and I want to put a lot of forms here. Okay, what sort of forms do I want to put? So in cart header, you guys can put a h5 forms input form example. For example, input form examples. Okay, so now we have an input form example, and we're gonna put all our input form example. If you guys cart default bg white. So that's our cart, and we put a text center. So now I want to put text center. I'll see how the text center is going to work. The text is going to be center here, but I want this text center is going to be in the header, because I don't want my forms to get a text. So my text is here. Okay, so inside the cart body, we're going to do a lot of explore a lot of forms, and we've seen the checkbox and we've seen the text. So we're going to put a say name, input type text, and it's going to be name, and the name is going to be placeholder type name. So this is our you all guys should already know the input. It says type name, so we're going to put a label, and the label is going to be for, and it's going to be name, and we put a name. Okay, so now this we have a name. We put a different form, and this form is going to be email, and the type is going to be text, and type email. For example, type email. Okay, so we have a name, we have an email, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna see the password. Name, email, and it's going to be password, and it's going to be type password. Okay, so this one's going to be password. Okay, so you guys gonna have a look. Every time I want to type, it's going to be password, so it's not going to be something else. So you have email, it's going to be password, label is going to be password, and I want to put a BR in between them, so I want to put a BR, and I want to put another BR here. So you guys gonna see if I put a margin top, label 4, card body. So I'm gonna put a card bg white, margin top. Instead of putting 3, I'm gonna put a 5 to make a room, and card body. So I want to see, so because I want to have a room here, and I'm going to put a 1 HR here as well. HR stands for the line here. So you guys looking that I'm going to put a HR here, so I want to put my all the form input underneath. So I have a name, I have an email, and I have say password. And if I come down, so we forgot to put the form. We need to put everything inside the form. So we're gonna come here, copy this one, and we're gonna put a form. This is just a form example. We put a action, there's no action, and we put a method. It's gonna be post. So our form is gonna be the method post, and now we're gonna put a div class form group. So we're gonna paste this one in our form. So now this one's got a label, and we need to put all of them in the form group. So we put a div class, and it's gonna be form group, and input is gonna be class form control, form control. Okay, so now we copy the entire thing and we put it in the form group. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing for the rest. So we're gonna do div class form group, and we copy the entire thing and put it there. Okay, this is called again div class form group, and we're gonna put this one here inside the form group. Okay, so you make sure you put a input class form control and input class. See, Sublime Text very clever, form control. Alright, so now we're gonna check, and if you check, our layout has changed. So here we have type name, and we have admin, and we have password, and all looks nice. Okay, so we're gonna explore different the forms. So this is gonna come down. Okay, now so we're gonna go in text area. So what is text area? I'm gonna explain to you guys. Okay, we're gonna go on the div class form control, form group. Okay, so you guys can bring any of these guys here underneath, and you can put it here, and you guys can change. So we're gonna look at the text area. So it's gonna be text area, and when you guys gonna put the type is very important. So you put a text area. So the text area is gonna be text area, and text area is gonna columns and rows. So whichever columns you want. So I'm gonna show you guys first the standard ones. If you guys looking here, that's our text area. So, and I put something underneath. So this one's comes in the div, and it's gonna come in a form, and when it says div, then I'm gonna put a form control, then it's gonna be, so I'll see where this div is coming from. Okay, so this div is coming from there. I want to put it back here, and this div is there. So the div is all nice and tidy here, and here I want to put a button so I can see my form div. So you guys can put a plus form control, form group, and you can put a btn button. At the moment you guys can put a button, you guys can put a class, form control, the type is going to be submit, and class btn success, and it's going to be post. That's our button. So you guys gonna look here that we have a post, which is a button here, and under the text area I'm gonna put a 2, so margin top's gonna be say 3. Okay, so our margin top's 3. So now you're gonna see this one, and margin bottom is gonna be 5. Okay, so now you guys can see. So class btn success, form control. So it looks like I have 2 form control. btn success. All right, and that's our btn success, and that's our text area. So you guys can put a column, and whatever columns you want, you guys can put a width. So you guys, the width is maximum width, but you guys can put a say column. You guys, whatever column you want, say you guys put a call, and you guys can put as many columns as you want. Say you guys can put a 5 column, and we're gonna put a column, and you guys can put a row. You guys can put a columns and rows, so you guys can put a rows s at the end. Say how many rows do you want? We want 5 rows. And how many columns do we want? We want 5 columns. So that's with the text area, and that's the text area. Looks like it's not input, it's text area, sorry, text area. And the text area, we have a name is you guys can put a text, and you guys can put a column, rows. So you guys can put as many columns. Your columns is your width, and your rows is your height. So rows is height, and we wrap, and we put a type. What type do you want? So you guys looking here, the text area, that's a text area. This is your text area, rows, column, height, whatever you guys want. So say if you want the column, which is the width, gonna be say 5, and the rows, which is gonna be the row is gonna be height. So we want say 5, for example. Okay, so that's what it's gonna be. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it a bit wider, so we make it 15 columns, for example. And that's 15 column. You guys can put it say 35, for example, to see what 35 looks like. That's 35. It's a nice text area. You guys can put You guys can put any good placeholder. Type your comment, for example. Type your comment, so we make it 45, 55 for example. If you guys want bigger than this, you guys can make it 55. So this huge text area, if you guys looking, it's taking the entire area. This is the text area. Okay, so we're gonna come down and we're gonna create form group, and now you guys can bring the front ones here, our checkboxes. So we go at the index and bring our checkboxes here. So if you guys looking here, favorite sport, we're gonna take all and we're gonna bring it here. But we have a PHP here, so we're gonna remove that one, and we're gonna be here at our profile at the forum group. So we'll have a label. It has an input form label. The class is gonna be form control. So we're gonna see, okay, so that's what your favorite sport. So you're gonna see this is the checkboxes, and I'm gonna put a BR here. So that's our checkboxes, and the next one is going to be the radio button. Alright, so we're going to create another form group. We put a div. We put a div, and we put a class form group, and inside that we put a radio buttons, and in here where we have a radio button, we're going to bring the radio button. So here we're going to bring the control, and we're going to bring the radio button here. So we're going to remove this. It's a gender, it's a radio button. So the radio button sitting on top of checkboxes. Okay, so we're gonna copy this, we're gonna move it the bottom. So we put a BR, and that's what our checkbox is gonna be, BR, and that's our checkbox. We have something called hidden field for errors. So if you guys come here, and if I show you the hidden field, it's input type hidden. So we mainly use it for error messages, and values, yes, value is equal to yes. Okay, so now we have hidden. We have a hidden here, so our hidden is going to be input type hidden. So we have the input type hidden. That's mainly submitted. Submitted is going to be here. That's mainly you guys want to see your error messages here. Alright, so the next one is going to be select. What is select? So I'm going to remove this one because that's hidden. Whatever you guys want, if you guys want to see, this one is hidden. So if something is hidden, I can't show you unless we have an error message. So we have a form group, and it's going to be class form group, and underneath ones I'm gonna put a say for example countries, and after that countries we're gonna put a select, and select, we put a name, and the name is gonna be countries, and size is gonna be 1, size equal to 1. Okay, so inside the select you guys can put an option, so the option is gonna be, say the country is gonna be America, and the option is gonna be value America. Okay, so you have a few options, you guys can put your options here, second option, third option, fourth option, fifth option. So you guys can put Canada, and you guys can put Australia, it's going to be Canada, and it's going to be Australia, it's going to be UK, and then we have a UK, and say for example the last one is Germany or Russia. Alright, so we're going to see our countries, we're going to see the countries here, so you guys are going to look at the countries, and it has America, Canada, you guys can select, so that's how the select comes in if you guys want to use it. So when you guys put America comes in, if you want to put a Canada comes in, if you want to put the UK comes in. That's how the select works.